Hello, hello, hello. Sorry, we're a little late today. We're having all sorts of technical difficulties. We can't get this big beautiful screen here. We can't get it to work. You know, we have with our opening music and all that good stuff, all the pictures and stuff that we had planned. It's not working. So sorry about that. Bear with me, and I'm trying to get the iPad to work so I can see your comments, because there's millions of you watching. All right, so how you doing? Hope everybody had a good week. Zach's trying to work his magic and make it happen. And I can't get this iPad to work either. We're a mess today. It's Dom's fault. Dom's sitting there, he's waiting to come on. It's his fault. All right. Getting my old trusty. My paper towels. Yeah. I don't know why it's not working. I don't know what happened. And I can't get the iPad to work either.
What's the problem now?
Do we have any Apple people out there want to give us lessons? We'll make that this week's show. Yeah, see, I can't get it to.
What's going on?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Hi. Refresh it from my homepage. There you are.
Oh,
you're good.
all right.
You're welcome.
There we are. We got Zach got the iPad to work. Thanks.
Turn the volume off.
I'm trying to turn the volume off. I'm looking for it. There it is.
Don't
Hi.
Don't slip your fingers.
All right, there's comments already. Where is Slurpy Boy? Brian Festa says.
It's not me.
Well, it's not me.
Why am I Slurpy Boy?
You're Slurpy Boy because you work at 7-Eleven. Come here, show us. He still has his uniform on. He walked in and he got right to work. He's a good boy. Look,
I just got home. Like, I'm freaking tired right now. So like, my coworker, he asked me if I want pizza like a half hour ago. And I was like, sure, but I said I'll take it on the way out. So I'm just expecting like one slice, but he gives me the rest of the pizza that's in there. So now I have like 3 slices of pizza that I gotta gobble down as we're doing the show.
That's
interesting.
a tragic story. Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, my throat's gonna be stuffed.
All right, well, you got a few minutes. You can eat. I got other
be,
stuff to talk about before you get to your stuff.
Yeah,
you know what you're going to talk about today?
Well, I could talk about how much I'm gonna shit pizza tomorrow. Oh, come on, after Eric last week, don't tell me I can't say something like that. He's so proud of me.
It's we're off to a great start here. All right.
No, I'm talking about superheroes, right?
Yeah, in a minute. I got other stuff to cover first.
I got a superhero. Darth Vader.
Right, you can do Star Wars too, right? Dominic is going to sit with you. He's really into Star Wars, right?
Yeah, me too.
All right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You are. Yeah. So you can talk about that as well. You have stuff in your head. You're good.
Oh, sure, yeah.
All right. Well, I got other stuff to do first.
I can. It just comes off the top of my head. Like I'm good with it. I don't need to think about it.
That's my boy. He doesn't think. All right.
I don't think. I just do things. I'm like a dog chasing cars.
Exactly.
Any Dark Knight fans out there will know that reference.
Oh, all right. That had a meaning. All right, that's good to know.
The Joker said that.
Okay. All right. Good. I was scared. All right. So again, my apologies. We can't get this to work, and it was working fine up until about 8:55, and all of a sudden it just wasn't working anymore. So I don't know what happened. But of course, if for all the millions of people that watch the show every week, you would see you would see David Clark playing our little opening theme song. So let's imagine that right now.
Try to reenact it,
Jack, what went on at work today? What's in that pizza?
I hope it's marijuana.
I shouldn't have asked.
Dude, I'm so freaking tired. Then I had coffee, so that,
You had coffee?
Yeah.
At work, yeah?
Pumpkin spice.
Why don't you take that off?
This.
Well, I don't care. Leave it in. All right. All right. So like I said, David Clark would normally be playing the opening theme song, and I want to mention David Clark because this weekend, as we do every week, we do announcements first. We push some, events things that are coming up. David Clark this weekend on Sunday at the Patchogue Theater. For those of you who remember a few years back when Shea Stadium was closing, Billy Joel did.
Stadium closed?
Billy Joel did. Billy Joel did a few concerts there as they were closing the stadium. They called it the last play at Shea. Well, on Sunday night,
Well, that's clever.
at Sunday night at the Patchogue Theater, David Clark is recreating that concert. He, as you know, David Clark has a Billy Joel tribute band called Songs in the Attic. They're great, and they're playing Sunday night at the Patchogue Theater. They're going to recreate that concert, and Billy Joel had all sorts of special guests. David Clark will be doing that too. He's having people from other tribute bands coming in to play the roles of the special guest. Guys playing Roger Daltrey, Tony Bennett, John Mayer, stuff like that. All right, let's see. Let's read some comments already. Bobby Donahue says, "I'm here. Let's go." Yes, thanks for the warning that you were going to watch, Bobby.
He watches every show.
No, David Clark. No free advertising for 7-Eleven. God bless you.
I did a reenactment of David Clark. All right, so zip it.
He's recreating Shea Stadium. Well, not the actual building, but yeah, the concert. No one wants Shea to come back. Actually, Brian Festa, I would like Shea to come back. I miss Shea. It was a dump, but it was our home. There's a lot of great memories there. There's none. City Field, I don't know. The's no great memories there yet. The Mets don't do.
But it was our
nothing.
home, kind of like our actual home. It was a dump, but it's our home.
Come on, you're making him. He's dropping pizza all over the floor here.
Can I still eat it?
No, you. How did Zach do on his map test last week? Lynn Hogan wants to know. How'd you do on your map test?
I got that back today.
Oh,
50 out of 50 states.
really?
Yeah, you got 100.
Hey, congratulations, nice shot. Nice, and that's because we helped him last week on the show. That's why.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Bobby, I missed the ramps. Oh, at Shea Stadium, you missed those big ramps that you had to walk. Well, Citi Field has a couple of sections like that, don't they? A couple of areas like that. He got a 50. He got a 50 out of 50, Bobby. That would be 100, Bobby.
Come on.
They don't care. Nice to see Zach eating pizza, Sal says. Why?
I know, it's very sexy, right?
They don't take care of it as they should have. What does that mean, Brian? They don't take care of what? The stadium?
They don't take care of my pizza.
All right. So moving along. So don't miss David Clark Sunday night. I think tickets are still available. I'll be there. It's going to be a great show.
We missed him tonight.
We missed who tonight?
David Clark. You're saying don't miss him Sunday night. But
Well, we missed him on the
tonight.
screen. Yes. Yeah. Very, very sad that we can't get our.
I miss you. Come back,
Sal.
baby. Come back.
Sal says he misses the real Carvel. That's an inside joke. Dana Lynn says meow. Dana Lynn, that was actually one of the things we were going to have on the screen today. We were going to have a picture of you and Nick. Dana Lynn and Nick, they are actors in Knock 'em Dead Comedy with me. They just got married this past Saturday, so congratulations to them. We were going to show some pictures, but mostly I was going to show pictures of Eric, because I have a few pictures from your wedding of Eric looking, fat and stupid. And I was going to make fun of him. I was going to make fun of him and show those pictures, but maybe next week I'll get back to that. But congratulations to Dana and Nick on their
Eric
wedding.
did something to the TV, so you couldn't do that. Yeah, that's why it's not working. That little. I'm gonna go find him.
Time for an eye check.
Low battery.
What does that mean, Brian? Yes, low battery.
All
What does
right,
that mean,
I'm gonna
Brian?
charge
Time
it.
for an eye check. Okay. Mazel tov on the marriage, Brian says. So there you go, Brian. So our watchers are meeting each other. Okay. All right. So moving along. I have some questions about our show here. I'd like to know what you think of it. I'd like to know what your opinions are, what your suggestions are. Last week we went an hour and 20 minutes, way too long. We're trying to tighten things up here. We're trying to get things down to a routine and get things to work nicely. So let me know what you think. Give me any suggestions you may have, any anything you want to say about it. And then another question regarding this show. As silly as this may sound, starting next week, NBC premieres its next season of This Is Us, and it's Tuesdays at 9.
Oh
and
my
I know
God.
that show is a big sensation. Everybody talks about it. All the ladies talk about it. What'd you say? And so I don't know if we should, I know Bobby last week, he went up on some live show, he went up against us, and it was a big mistake because, nobody watched him. And Mike Del Giudice a few weeks ago went up against us and, did a live show, and nobody watched that either because everybody was here watching us. But I just have a feeling that, going up against This Is Us, I don't know how many people are gonna, not watch that so they can watch us instead. I don't know if I should care about it because you can always watch us on a replay, or maybe you'll watch This Is Us on demand or something. But I don't know. I don't know if we should change our time to 10 o'clock, but that would be late, and it's a school night for this guy.
Who cares? I'm a senior.
Paula loves that show. You love our show. Not This Is Us. Did you dye your mustache and beard?
This show is us. This is us. You like our show, all right?
Darren, what? I didn't know. I didn't dye my mustache and beard. Where does that even come from? Why you? Who notices that kind of stuff? But no, I did not dye my mustache and beard.
He definitely didn't.
It's just normally this ugly. Bobby, I'm the new star of This Is Us. You cannot go up against This Is Us, Marianne Stone says. Thanks, pal. So that means you're going to watch it Wednesday mornings on DVR. Your family is going to watch This Is Us. Hey, that's from Philazola.
Yeah, I'll ditch. I'm going to watch This Is Us from now on.
Philazola, I sent you a message. I was asking if you want to be the guest next week. Answer me, damn it. Do the show at 10. That's my vote, says Sally. I've never watched This Is Us, but I think I'll start next week. Brian Festa, I don't watch TV. I really enjoy your show. Brian, down there in Florida.
You're missing out, bro.
Is that a toupee? What? Kathy just noticed Zach's shirt. Oh, okay. Kathy,
yeah.
Kathy, good to hear from you.
Star Wars. Someone actually at 7-Eleven commented on my shirt. He was like, nice shirt. I had to pull down my apron and show him. He was like, hey, that's a very cool shirt. I was like, yeah. What do you want?
This Is Us is great, says Marianne. Yeah, I understand that. I understand. I'm not saying it's not great. I'm just, trying to figure out what we're going to do here. I'm looking for your input here. It's an interactive show.
My mother's back here watching the show live.
Hello, Mother.
Hello.
Okay.
Watching.
All right.
You can say hi if you want.
I'm only watching live because of Zach, says Anthony Philozola. So Paula says I would go to 10, meaning, all right, so we should go on at 10 o'clock? All right. And she says, love you too, Tony. Hey, Paula, love you too. It's a love fest. All right. Yeah, we're on. Yeah. Jack Scala says 10 o'clock also. Jack, are you going to stay up and watch us? You know the Billy Joel song, Captain Jack?
Oh, yeah.
My friend Jack Scala, that's him.
Oh, okay.
That really is him. I don't know, he doesn't really like talking about it much, but I just told everybody anyway, that's him. Do your show at 10, Marianne says. All right.
Are you doing the show now?
We are doing the show now. I'm talking about next week.
Oh.
Because This Is Us starts next week. And that's a big hit show. You don't know it? No. It's
Why
a big
not,
hit.
instead of moving it to 10, move it to 8?
Move it to 8?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Should we move it to 8? I don't know. Let's hear if... Where did Zach get the pizza? All right, Philozola's not... Did you tune in late, Anthony? Zach is working at 7-Eleven now.
I can answer myself.
Okay.
I'm working at 7-Eleven
now. Move This Is Us to 10 o'clock, says Bobby. You have those connections? 8 o'clock is good too, says Paula. All right, we'll think about it. Keep on commenting. Even if you're on the replay, comment. And we'll announce it in a day or two, what we're going to do next week. All right. So, so those are the things I had planned before we get to this week's topic. As promised, we we have this weirdo. He's going to talk a little bit about superheroes and Marvel and DC and all that stuff I know nothing about. He's also going to talk a little Star Wars. And joining him for that conversation, and again, feel free to comment and tell us what you think and chime in with Zach's conversation here. But joining him is our guest this week. He's going to join in on the topic, and then I'll interview him. Dominic Dibari is here. Dominic Dibari, the big softball hero from this past weekend, but we'll get to that in a few minutes. Let's hear for Dominic Dibari, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh.
All right, so I'm going to move.
Yeah, get out of here.
So Dom can sit, and then I'll come back.
Why are you taking the iPad?
So I can read the comments.
All right, well, it's on low battery.
All right, well, it was plugged in for a few minutes. I'll plug it back in.
It's gonna run out pretty quick.
All right, so you're on.
All right. So what about superheroes do you want to talk about? What exactly Marvel do you watch Marvel?
Yes.
All right. So what Marvel have you seen? Did you watch the Defenders or something?
I just saw the last Spider-Man movie. It was pretty awesome.
Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Spider-Man: Homecoming. It was pretty good. It definitely is going to lead to something big, I think. Don't you, Zach?
Yeah, I think it's the most accurate depiction of the character by far. And I mean, like, all of you old people might hate me for saying this.
Oh, you old people.
But he was better than Tobey Maguire. Like I know you guys are familiar with the movies more, but like Tobey Maguire was like completely did the character wrong. But I mean, that's not really his fault. It's more like the script's fault. But I mean, like, Spider-Man works better when he's still a teenager, not when he's outside of high school. Tobey Maguire was more like a 30-year-old Peter Parker.
Yeah, but I think, Zach, they should call it really, because they have like a guy playing Spider-Man so young. I think they should call it Spider-Boy instead of Spider-Man.
That actually reminds me of Captain America: Civil War. Like, Iron Man's in the room. He's like, "So what are you, a Spider-Boy? Web slinging Spider?" He's like,
crime-fighting Spider.
Yeah. And then Peter's just like, Spider-Man.
Yeah. It's like they should just call it Spider-Boy and be done with it.
Yeah. He's got a baby face.
Pretty much.
Chicks dig him though.
That's the important part. Right?
Yeah.
Zach, what about the Defenders?
Well, have you watched the Defenders? Daredevil, Jessica Jones?
Yes, I've seen the old Daredevil when I was a young kid. I must have been...
The one with Ben Affleck?
With Ben Affleck, yes.
She's a terrible Batman.
I must have been maybe 10 years old when that movie came out with Daredevil with Ben Affleck.
You should watch the, because, like, that movie wasn't really that good, but you should watch the, the Netflix Daredevil series.
Oh, I'll keep that in mind, definitely.
That's like...
I had to first get Netflix, but there also is iTunes I could probably find it on, but yeah, I'll make sure I look that up.
It's only streaming on Netflix right now, but Disney, like, because Marvel's owned by Disney, they're like taking their properties off of Netflix, and they're going to soon put into their own streaming network.
Pretty much.
So you could probably just get like that whenever that comes out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Daredevil season 1, like, that's right up there with The Dark Knight, and like a lot of people don't really like know about it because it's like a Netflix show rather than one of the Marvel movies. But it's amazing. Charlie Cox plays Daredevil. He's great.
I'll definitely have to like YouTube it, see if I can find anything on YouTube, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Just be easier if you get Netflix.
Yeah, we have to get a smart TV first.
So, at the end of Spider-Man: Homecoming, we're going back to Spider-Man.
Okay.
Do you remember like the suit that Tony showed him at the end?
Yes, I do.
That's the
like super high tech.
The Iron Spider suit.
Pretty much the suit that was faster, more high tech than the normal suit that Tony Stark gave to him. But he turned it down because he's still a kid. Still says.
Yeah.
And
in the comics, that suit was actually in like the Civil War, and like they call it like the Iron Spider, but now he's wearing it for Avengers: Infinity War.
I can't wait until that comes out. Can you?
Oh, dude, I saw like the leaked trailer for that. Movie looks freaking sick.
Well, we'll definitely have to check it out.
Did you see the Thor Ragnarok trailer?
Yes.
That's a comic book movie, man.
That's true. Where they have all funny parts to it. Not only do they have the Hulk and Thor interacting, but Hulk kind of tools Thor when he's like telling Thor that he's like water and Hulk's like big fire.
Yeah. I remember that. And like, Thor's like, he says that they're the same, but then Hulk is like, but Thor like smoldering fire, me like raging fire.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty funny too. And the other funny part about that trailer, I think, was like how excited Thor got when he saw who his opponent was. Don't you?
Yeah,
he's
getting all nervous and he's putting on the helmet. He's like, all right, and then Hulk just busts him. He's like, Yes!
Yeah, we work together.
We know each other. He's a friend from work.
Exactly.
But then, no, it was really funny because in the second trailer, Hulk like beats the shit out of him, and then the next morning Thor's like, "I won easily," and Banner's like, "That doesn't sound right." No, well, it's true.
Truth hurts, don't it?
And in the leaked Infinity War trailer, it starts out with like Thor like flying. Well, he's not like flying, like he's passed out and he's just floating around in space.
And
He
the
crashes
Guardians
into
of
the
the
Guardians.
Galaxy pick him up. The Guardians of the Galaxy cast
Then maybe
picks
like,
him up.
Then maybe like the ending of like Thor
Thor
Ragnarok.
Racket. That's what I'm thinking. They're going
Like-
to show the Guardians of the Galaxy just at the very end,
Yeah.
like to start off the
Yeah, like
Infinity
it'll lead
Wars
right into
movie.
Infinity War.
Right.
And then another movie that leads right into Infinity War is Black Panther. You see the
Yes.
trailer for that?
Yes, it looks very
Right.
interesting.
That looks really, really good. Like that's supposed to be a political thriller. Honestly, I think it could almost be just as good as The Dark Knight. Like it looks almost just as good as The Dark Knight. It's got an amazing cast. Like Michael B. Jordan. Like I like him in everything that I've seen him in.
And we'll see what happens. I don't doubt it will be good. I think it will be
Yeah.
good. That Marvel is just making more money.
Yeah, they seem to be really upping the stakes.
That's
recently.
good. Because
Yeah.
that one, like the first Hulk movie when I was younger was a total bust. When
Aang Lee's Hulk?
Jennifer
one-
Connelly was in it. It was
Yeah,
the
the
first one ever.
2003.
It was like
Yeah.
it was like they ruined that,
That
so
was
badly.
awful. Let's
It's
just
only
forget that
sold
ever
for like
happened.
$1 at any store. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, they
I was a young kid back then.
cops just let that movie get bootlegged. Nobody cares about it.
Exactly.
Now,
That's why it's cheap.
you know Jennifer Connelly. She's like the actress.
Yes.
She's actually the wife to the Paul Bettany, who's the actor that plays Vision.
Oh wow.
And so yeah, that's pretty cool. And then Jennifer herself, she actually voiced Karen, like you know the voice thing on Spider-Man's suit.
Oh yeah, the
Karen?
one that did the voice when
She did the voice for
Spider-Man was
Karen.
getting advice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Jennifer talking.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I
cool.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting fact.
Yeah. Interesting fact of the day.
Exactly.
Zachy Dub's fact of the day. All right.
And you wanted to talk about another topic, right? We're going to talk about
well-
Star Wars.
Do you want to talk about like DC first and then Star Wars?
Okay, whatever
Alright,
you want.
So we go from
DC.
yeah. So now we're going to move on to garbage. Yeah, the DC universe started off with Man of Steel, which
Man
is
of-
total garbage. Did not do justice for the Superman character, and then neither did Batman v Superman. I'm gonna spoil the movie for. I'm gonna spoil. Wait, should I spoil Batman v Superman? The ending?
It's up to you. I mean, they really didn't give like a description like
Okay.
of the.
I won't
ending
spoil
part.
it, but the ending totally did not do justice to the Superman character at all. The entire movie did not do justice to Batman.
True.
Oh my god.
Let's just say the ending of that movie will just keep you in suspense
man.
for the Justice League movie. Am I
yeah,
right?
that set up the Justice League horribly.
Exactly.
And now that movie, like I'm watching the trailers, that movie looks like total garbage. I don't think Joss Whedon could even clean it up.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Alright. Yeah, so now Star Wars Episode 9 this year.
No, it's Episode 8. Because they're going
Oh, yeah,
from
Episode
after The
Yeah.
Force Awakens.
Yeah,
I
my
remember
bad,
seeing the
Episode 8.
originals when our parents were born. They re-released them when I was 8 years old, I think.
I have the real.
Yeah, I
releases.
remember my father used to buy me a toy after each movie we saw
That's cool.
when I was younger, and I grew up with it, and I thought it's one of the coolest things.
Still
Like
have them?
the toys or the movies. I have all the movies, just
The
probably
toys.
probably not none of the toys now, but I'm hoping that it will. The Episode 8 will show some potential, which I think it will.
Yeah, The Force Awakens
But-
was really good.
But I
I
think
think Episode 8, The Last Jedi, would be really good too.
it's self-explanatory too. What the ending is gonna happen, don't you think? I mean, by the Last Jedi, it pretty much explains it, doesn't
Maybe.
it?
Yeah. Now, Since you mentioned like Star Wars toys, this fat boy right here,
Yes.
aka Tony Walker,
Yes.
Tony Walker. He actually had like this giant Darth Vader head, and then you open it up and it had like all these classic Star Wars figures in it.
Oh, wow. You mean those little miniature figures thing in the little head? Oh, yeah, I remember
They're mine
those.
now. I stole it from him.
There you go.
Yeah, those are pretty cool actually. I like those, but he lost a lot of them. So
Yeah, a lot of the toys now are going downhill from back then.
yeah. So
Wrap it up.
Alright, so...
we're going to Star Wars stories really good. All right.
Exactly.
All right. You're out. Go ahead, move over, Don. All right. Thank you, fellas. Thank you for that very interesting chat.
Well,
Hang on a second.
no problem.
What was it? What do you want to do? Everybody wants to jump in here today. Good. You want to jump in? Where are you?
What, Sam, you want to jump in? Nothing. He works at a restaurant, and now
Yeah.
I got into the pepperoncinis again.
She wants
Pepperoncinis.
Yes.
Or cheese, however
So-
you
Pepperoni.
What are we doing with this?
We're just saying how
We're doing a little commercial for
we're doing a little commercial of pepperoni.
pepperoncinis.
I'm just being funny.
Put
All
some
right.
He
input.
gets me free ones from his restaurant.
Yes,
Who?
I do.
Oh, is that what you gave? Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I thought you were
Yes.
talking about Zach. So I was. That's why I was all
Oh,
confused. Oh, so Dominic brings gifts. That's apparently what's happening
Yes,
here.
that's what I was talking
Sorry, I misunderstood what was going on.
about. Okay.
Okay. So Dom brought that for Zach's mom, and she loves them. Is that?
Yes.
And what? Okay. All right. And
I don't
Dom.
work at a
And
restaurant,
now I
Mom.
eat them all the time.
Mom, you know I don't work at a restaurant, right? I mean, Dad.
Chris Sherrata says hello.
Hello, Chris. How are you?
Lynn Hogan. Anthony's very funny. Have him on the show. I'm trying to get him on the show. I keep asking him to come next week. He hasn't confirmed yet. Kevin Marsrow.
No,
What did I miss?
confirm it already.
Wow. Hey, Kevin. Long time no see. Peter Piper is here. He loves Star Wars, he says. Wrap it up. Good advice for Zach's dating. The comments are funnier than me. Anthony Filizola. What? You don't get it?
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. That's good advice for his dating. Yeah, I think Mom just got it. Okay. Great show so far, yeah. Michelle Seaman is watching. That's my cousin. Hello, Michelle. Happy New Year to her. She's Jewish. Tony, you look hot when you're dressed up. Everybody knows that. I would pay for an interview with Lisa.
That's
All
a
right,
fallacy. You don't look hot when you're dressed.
Tony, time to plug the paper towels. All right. Well, actually, I have a fan running this week, but I'm still just a sweaty fat bastard anyway. So here are the paper towels. You need one? You good?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I have more hair, but you're still sweating more than me.
People are saying they can't watching This Is Us. Yeah, great. Ass. So Michelle says ass. So are you Jewish? No, you are. I'm not. Mary Ann Stone says next Tuesday doesn't matter because McCartney's at the Coliseum. Coliseum or MSG? I don't know, whatever. So I don't know. So we'll just go on at 7 a.m. next week. Who's the other guy? Kevin wants to know. You should. Darren says you should get a guest drunk, like drunk history. That would be funny if it's
That
the
would
right
be really
guest.
funny.
Well, Ron Barber was on here a few weeks ago. He was drunk.
I should get drunk.
I should be off camera wiping your head every minute, Philozola says. If you were here, you know, it would be hard to not be on camera because you'd take up the whole place. Never mind. Peter says, why did the policeman smell? I don't know why, Peter. Waiting for Peter's answer. All right, why did the policeman smell? Anthony Philozola would wipe my head with lemon pledge. All right, so Kevin Marsrow was asking who's the other guy. Well, the other guy, this is Dominic Dibari. Say hi, Dom.
Hi, how are you?
Why did the policeman smell? Because he was on duty.
Oh, I get it. He smelled like shit. I mean,
Did you know that one? I didn't know that one either. That was what?
Oh, like, never mind.
All right. So that did you know that one?
I kind of just thought about it and then just came up with the answer.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Before he said it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I had it in my head because it said it was on duty, so I think the joke is self-explanatory, don't you think?
Yes.
Yes.
But I never heard it before, and I didn't.
Oh. They
well,
always say you're never too old to learn new jokes, right?
Well,
That,
in my
that
case,
actually reminds me. You should probably say like talk about the loss of
I should talk about what?
like the loss of the.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I would say like rest in peace.
All right, now our watchers here are sharing jokes with each other. What did the dog say when he stepped on the sandpaper?
Ow.
Ruff, rough.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Not sure if you remember Jimmy Haas, but Tony, you could pass for his brother. Yes, I do remember Jimmy, and he's around on Facebook, right? Yeah, you think we look alike? All right. Yes, rough. All right, all right. You guys just talk amongst yourselves with your jokes, and we're going to sit here and talk. All right. So I asked Dominic to be our guest this week because I felt this would be an interesting topic. We hear a lot about special needs and the autism community. There's a million different programs out there. There's the community. The population is growing as far as kids with special needs. Everybody seems to know somebody now. Everybody has some kind of connection with a special needs kid of some sort. So I thought it would be interesting to have Dominic on because Dominic is a very social guy. We call him the mayor. He talks to everybody. What was it? 2 months ago, my daughter graduated high school. Dom was here for the party, and he was hitting on all the girls and talking to everybody.
Yeah, Dom.
So he's a very social guy, and he's very open and doesn't mind talking about his life, his story. So I thought it'd be interesting to hear, from somebody on, in the special needs world, what it's like, living with special needs. It's weird. I don't even like saying special needs because I just feel they're not. I feel everybody has needs of some sort. So I
mean, there's nothing really else. Like, what else can you say?
What else can you call it? Different needs or different abilities. We all have something that we all need something. But Peter Piper says he wants to hug us.
Oh, cool.
Can I hug him too?
What? No. Okay, so
I want a hug.
So I have some questions that I prepared for Dominic. And he's going to just talk about his life a little bit. Again, I just feel it'd be interesting to hear what he has to say. And he actually said before we went on tonight that he would like to write a book someday about his experiences. And again, I just think it would be really interesting to hear from, we hear from the experts, from the teachers, from the parents all the time. In fact, Dom's dad is here too. Joe is here. We always hear from those people. We at least I've rarely seen people from that are actually living it. I don't really hear their stories very much, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to hear from them. Peter wants to hug us, and we can make a manwich. That's what he said. I'm just reading the comments here.
Oh, that's fine. Well,
yeah,
he won't eat after that, right?
I saw my tag on my shirt. Look at
Yeah.
Wow.
that. Okay. All right, so I have some questions here for Dom, and we're going to go through it and hear what he has to say for himself. All right, so
Yes.
diagnosis. Are you actually on the autistic spectrum or not?
No, I am learning disabled, and I have ADHD and ADD.
Okay.
That's what I
A
have.
slight learning disability. I also, got a driver's license 10 years ago when I was 18. That was one of my biggest accomplishments ever. Not a lot of people in my position have ever accomplished that. And just because we learn a lot slower than everybody else doesn't mean we can't reach our goals.
Nice.
We might just learn slower than everybody, but we get to where we're going if we fight hard enough.
Nice.
And here's proof of that. Should I just go over?
Well, your address is on that, so you
Oh, yeah.
don't want to show that. Unless all the
girls
women
be
that
knocking on
all the
his
women
yeah.
that are watching, they'll
Sure.
come. He might like that part.
I,
But there's his
you're right.
license.
I got a pen and paper in my pocket.
They'll all just want to like pet your chin, you know.
Yes.
Well said, Captain Jack says. Carol Roby Miner down in Texas. She says different abilities. She has your son Zach. I believe he's on the spectrum. Yes, he's autistic. Different abilities. She says. Okay, so was getting the license, was that one of the harder things you had to do?
I took the road test 3 times, and I took the permit test twice. So I'd say it was a little bit of a stretch, but I really worked at it and had 10 years experience of driving now. So
No
a lot
problems,
of people
accidents or anything?
have had a few accidents in the past, but haven't had any recently. Been doing good for the last 5 years.
Okay.
And a few of my friends and my father didn't think I could get a license, but when you work hard at something, it is you just want it more, and you just fight to get it.
Absolutely. Yep.
And it shows that, like I said, we may learn a little slower, but we still get to where we want, as long as you fight for it.
Mm-hmm.
And like Tony said, I'd like a book that hopefully inspires a lot of people with different abilities like myself to, what we're given, but still be able to go through life.
All right, well, that leads to the next question I'm going to ask, actually. What is your life like? Do you feel that your challenges are... Like, do you feel that you have more challenges? Do you feel you have a harder time getting through, or
Sometimes, when it comes to work, sometimes a lot of people sometimes lose a little patience with me sometimes, because sometimes I have to get things explained to me more than once to make sure I get the point right. But most of it, I've been at this job for 13 years. Piccolo's in Belmore, greatest Italian cuisine ever. And
there's a nice little commercial for that.
and
They are good, though. We've been there. We had
Yes.
dinner with them recently.
and they named a special after me named Veal Dominucci.
Oh, did they really?
Yep.
Oh, wow, I didn't know.
And been working there since I was 15, so I've been there about 13 years now. And the owner takes care of his people. And what other questions do you have for me?
Well, my friend Carol, who has an autistic son, she says, "Bravo, Dom."
Thank you.
Chris, our buddy Chris, says,
Yes.
"Very nicely said." And then Kevin Morrisroe, can you explain that again? I think he's joking. He's joking, so we'll just ignore him. So how did you get your job at Piccolo?
The owner has known me ever since I was a 5-year-old boy.
Oh, okay.
So we grew, I guess, a personal relationship over the years, and then when I turned 15, he gave me a job. And he was always there when I lost a job and said, "You always have a job here."
Was it hard to learn your job?
No, not really.
They were patient with you?
Yes, they knew. My boss didn't know I had a slight learning disability until just recently.
Oh, yeah?
I think he knew, but he just doesn't remember things so as much. But like I said, he takes care of his people, and that's the important part. And I'm happy to work there. It's like a second home.
Oh, nice. So the people there treat you well.
Exactly. They look out for me, and they're like a second family to me.
Oh, Sensei Joan is watching.
Oh,
Hello, Joan.
Who's that?
Joan Carter.
Joan.
Xavier's
mom. Yep. Anthony Filizzola says, "I love this guy." Jack Scala, Dom, you're a hit. Wow, you're making all sorts of friends here, Dom.
There we go.
Where'd you go to school?
Calhoun High School.
What was that like?
It was in the middle. I did get suspended a lot the first 2 years, 9th and 10th grade.
We don't have to talk about that.
Yes.
How was it because even all kids, they want to fit in, they want to get along with everybody. Did you have those experiences? Do you feel were you picked on at all, or
A little bit, yes. But I will tell you one accomplishment I accomplished in high school.
Okay.
One of the only person with special abilities ran for class office in ninth grade, and I won that. Like,
Oh yeah.
the whole grade voted for me. It was me against a snobby girl back then, and
Who's watching,
was,
by the way? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Right, hopefully not. But it was like 100-1 on the votes.
Well, yeah.
So I pretty
She
much
was
had the whole.
She was the one. She voted for herself.
No, probably one of her friends did. But one of these kids that was kind of like one of those kids that got into trouble stirred up the crowd at the election when we had the election in ninth grade.
Mm-hmm.
And you would never think this guy would stick up for anybody or help anybody. But after he said something, the whole auditorium just got up and said my name, and then by the end of the day, I won the election. And
That's
that
cool.
was a very big accomplishment. I became a little popular. Everybody know who I was by like 11th and 12th grade. Everybody said hi to me every day.
That's great.
There was not one person that didn't know who I was.
Okay.
Everybody said hi to me.
That's great.
And it felt good to know that I helped my former classmates with struggles of their own, and I do that on these teams for the PAL Special Needs Unit.
Don
And-
plays basketball. He plays. He's a bowler. He plays softball, flag football. That's it. Well, there's plenty-
Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, jiu-jitsu. That's right.
Yes,
So he kicks ass.
pretty much.
Yeah, and like I said before, this past weekend, Don plays for an East Meadow softball team. My daughter Sammy plays for a Massapequa team, but Massapequa had a tournament this past weekend, where teams from all over the island came and we played in a tournament. So Dom and his team were, at our field, so we got to watch them play a little bit. Sammy's game finished. I coached her team, so when the game was over, I walked over. Just as I walked over, Dom was up at bat. It was the bottom of the ninth. Do you play 9 or 6?
6, I think.
6. So it was the bottom of the 6th. They were down.
We were
You
tied.
down, right? But you tied it in the bottom of the 6th too. No,
No,
Oh, it was
I
it was
led
sort of
in the
tied.
leading run.
Right. Well,
for
you
us
you brought
to
in
win.
you brought in the winning run.
Exactly.
But you also tied that inning too, didn't you? Didn't you? Oh no, you
no,
were
it
already
was
tied.
already
going in?
tied,
Oh, it was already
so
tied.
I
Okay.
brought in the
Just as I
leading-
walked over, Dom was up at bat, and I'm taking credit for this because I walked over and I started yelling, "Come on, Dom, come on!" And then boom, he got a hit, drove in Dean, who scored the winning run. The game was over. Dom was the big hero. So
Thank you.
Yeah,
Dom! There we go.
all right. Yes, Anthony, he did say piccolos. Yes, isn't that? I don't know why he's asking, but yes, that's what he said. Yes, Debbie Gibson went there too. You know who Debbie Gibson is? She went to Merrick also. She's a singer. She had hits in the 80s. She doesn't matter. Did he go to Merrick Avenue Middle School?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Okay.
Um,
Go ahead.
I'm coming up in this November being 10 years out of high school. My high
Right.
school reunion is during Thanksgiving. Like,
10-year reunion?
yes, 10 years.
Oh, he asked about piccolos because he says he eats there all the time.
Yes.
You can't miss him. So look.
No, you really can't.
No, I meant you can't miss this guy if you walked in. I meant.
What's
'Cause
his name?
His name is Anthony. He's big.
Oh,
Don, demonstrate some jiu-jitsu on Tony Walker. No.
No. Last thing we need is a bus here.
Choke out Tony Walker. Sal is dying to see me get beat up, apparently.
I would love to do that one.
Ask if he remembers an art teacher named Mr. Phil.
Philozola, yes. When I was in 8th grade.
Oh, really? Philozola?
I think that was his name,
That's
yes.
who I'm talking to, Anthony Philozola.
Yeah.
Was that... yeah, your father... I know your father's a big artist. Was that your dad? He was a teacher there?
In Merrick Avenue, yes.
Oh, the skinny guy with glasses?
Yes.
Yeah, that's him.
Ooh, damn.
Wow, that's funny. Was he cool or was he a jerk?
No, he was a nice guy.
Oh, yeah, he's all right. I see him around sometimes. Dom and Zach take over. Yes, Phil Azzola. We did. No, not Phil McCracken. Not Mr. Phil McCracken. I should have known that was coming.
Yeah.
Yes, Phil. It's Anthony Philazzola's dad. Okay, well,
Yes.
very nice. That's a small world. All right.
Very small world.
All right, let me see. What else we got? What do you do for fun? Like socially? Like, what do you do?
Hang out with friends once in a while. Relax. You know, I work 6 days a week, 5
Drinks
days a
beer.
week.
That's what he does. He drinks beer.
Yeah, we actually suggested this at work today, having group therapy with a couple of six packs. My boss's son was all for it. So,
I'm all for it too.
So we'll see what happens, but I doubt it. But it was just funny to make that suggestion.
All right, now, all right. So you said you hang out with friends.
Yes.
Friend, where are these friends from? How did you meet these guys?
Some of them I grew up with, and some are from the special needs unit, and people I grew up with too.
So was that growing up? So you probably had a lot of the same kids in your classes.
Yes, I was in a self-contained class.
Oh, you were? Okay.
Until 8th grade. 8th grade is when they let me move around.
Mm-hmm.
We used to always stay in one class, but then I started to advance in certain ways where the work was getting too easy for me. So, like I was telling Tony before, like if you really strive for something, you really can do something. And you know, one thing I learned out all these years is not to beat yourself up as much. Especially just learn from your mistakes and just move on.
Nice. I like that. So, all right. So that's great. But these friends, though, they were classmates. A lot of them.
Some of them, yes. Some of them, yes, and some of them, no. Some of them were from the neighborhood, and some of them, yes, were from school. Yes.
So it sounded like growing up sounds like it was pretty good. Sounds like you were included. You had a lot of guys to hang around with. All right, that's
Yes.
great. Because I know that's a lot of the social aspect is tough on a lot of kids. They have trouble, making friends or keeping friends and just being accepted. That was a big problem in our school district. Just getting kids accepted into various things.
Yes. In high school, yes, it did take a while to adjust.
Yeah.
Because all of us sat at one table and all the other kids picked on our one table.
Yeah.
We were all sat together and all the other kids kind of made fun of us around our table. Because they all knew we were different from them and they kind of rubbed it in our faces. So it was...
And what was done about it? Anything?
Nothing really until I lost my temper a few times. But, I know that I may learn slower than everybody else, but some people think, like those kids back then thought it was funny to, like, pick on people that really couldn't say much or do much about it.
Yeah, we had the
which
same
I
problem.
think is very bad, and, when you get older, you realize even, I have mistakes that I've regretted that I wish I could take back, because then you stoop down to their level if you're just as bad as them.
Sure.
So the important lesson in that is just try to help as many people as you can, because it makes you feel good knowing that you tried to make a difference and tried to help somebody.
And yes, you're absolutely right, and that was a problem we had in our school too. But at least, they voted you, into office, which was nice. And then even like I said, we had the same problem, but we started working, like in Sammy's grade, we were working with the kids from a very young age to teach them acceptance and understanding, and to go along with them voting you into office. Sammy's class, she graduated, but this last school year, her senior year, her classmates were voted king, homecoming king and queen. 2 classmates from her self-contained class, which was all the seniors kind of spread the word amongst themselves that we're just going to vote for these 2, which was it's a super thing, and it's
that is a very cool thing, and that shows that things have definitely changed since I went to high school. People were a little less accepted back then.
Right. Right.
But now I guess everybody sees like the damage they cause to these people.
Well, and like I said when I was introducing you, the population is just growing so much.
Exactly.
I remember when Sammy was born, it was like 1 in every 150 to 200 kids were, special needs of some sort. Where now it's like 1 of every 40 or 50 or something.
Yeah.
Like that. So it's growing, and so more people are exposed to it, and they just get a better understanding of it.
Exactly. And you learn to develop patience more.
You learn all sorts of things.
Exactly.
And that's the thing too. We learn a lot from you guys. What your world is like. I find it very inspiring sometimes because you guys, like I see it at the PAL when you guys are playing basketball and bowling, all the different leagues that you guys have.
Yes.
They do a great job at the PAL.
Yes.
But it's nice how accepting you guys are of each other, how you guys help each other out. Sometimes the games get intense and guys get upset.
Yeah.
And certain guys, fall down, several times a week at the games. But nobody's upset. By the time the game's over, everybody's friends again. Everybody's cool, and they support each other. Even if they're playing on different teams, that particular week, and somebody gets a basket, even guys, because they're all friends. So even the guys from the other team are giving high fives and hugging and stuff. So it's you really learn a lot. You learn just how to be a better person. You get inspired from it.
Yes, you do. And on the teams, a lot of my teammates tell me they look up to me because I try to help them when they make mistakes, and I tell them try this differently instead of criticizing them badly.
Yes,
I will
explain.
And most of the people on these teams have very bad tempers, and I'm the only one who knows how to calm them down. And it just feels good knowing that I helped, people. Makes you feel good knowing that I helped someone that beat themselves up, and
Sure.
now they look forward to things. Now more of these people on our team look forward to things because I'm there to help them. Like they have a problem, they'll come straight to me, and I'll give them the best advice I can.
Okay.
And try to help them out as much as I can.
And you do. I've seen you do that. He does that all the time. All right, just to recap a little bit. Jackie Sherman Guido. Hi, Jackie. She just tuned in. She doesn't know what the backstory is here, but however, she says, "God bless you, Dom." Jackie, this is Dom. He's in the special needs world. He just came on to discuss what his world is like. I thought it'd be interesting to.
He came from an alternate dimension.
He came from another dimension, yes, because
Yes.
he's in a different world. Yeah. I just thought it'd be interesting to hear his, what things are like from his perspective. Joan Crater says you are awesome.
Yeah.
Can Jimmy Haas and Kevin Marshall be a guest with me, Tony? Yes, you can come next week if you guys want. So I thought I had somebody booked next week, but I don't. So if you guys want to come next week, all right. One more question, and then Then we're going to do something a little fun, and then we're going to wrap this up. Your future. So you have the job of Piccolo, but is that, what would you like? What would your dream job be? What would you like to do? Would you like to have a family? What are your goals in life?
One goal is definitely to write a book to inspire other people with special needs to, not give up even when things are a lot tougher for us. I'd definitely like to write a book telling them that if you work hard enough, dreams can come true in a way. I would eventually like to, get a job where I help people more and be a role model maybe to someone. I'm not sure of my ideal job, but just something to help people. And
yes, being a job coach where you help kids with special needs.
I was thinking that, or a teacher's aide even.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to settle down, get married one day, may have 2 kids hopefully, and just be like a regular average day Joe without anybody really judging me.
Nice. I like it. I like it. That's your title. Don't give up. Okay. All right. So.
Yes.
Well done, pal.
Thank you.
Well done. All right. So.
Feel inspired.
All right. So, as you know, so those of you who watch every week, we do some rapid fire questions where I ask some random trivia that has nothing to do with anything. But in Dom's case, what I'm doing is Star Wars trivia. I have a sheet right here of Star Wars trivia. Have you seen this sheet before?
No.
You have never seen this before.
No.
That's right. You want in on this? All right.
Star
Joe, did you
Wars-
want to?
Star
Did you?
Wars trivia.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to hit the guys up.
You go behind me, man. Oh, you have enough room to squeeze behind me?
He's so weird. All right. So I'm going to hit them up
right here.
with some Star Wars questions. All right. So you guys play against each other. You see who?
Huh?
Okay.
I'm going to ask some Star Wars trivia. Let's see who can answer them first.
You're
Sure.
my opponent, bro.
There we go. Let's go.
All right. No biting,
There you
no
go.
kicking, no scratching, no punching.
Kissing?
Yes.
Kissing.
Now, what?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
All right.
Does it hurt when you think?
Yeah. I'm having trouble.
Okay. As
I'm
long as
an
you admit it.
insomniac.
Okay.
All right.
I was talking to your son, Tony, not you.
I know. I know.
Okay, good. Just as long as you know.
Kevin Morris, I just read your comment. It says here Samantha Walker joined. Are you? No. It says
Wait,
here-
what?
Right? Doesn't it say that? Samantha Walker joined.
That's what it
But
says.
she's sitting right across from us,
Wait,
and
wait,
she's not
that's
holding
in-
you. Is that your mother?
That's not Nana.
Isn't that what?
Doesn't Nana have like?
No.
Eh,
Oh,
that's
weird.
weird.
Yeah, that's very.
That's
Very weird.
Yeah, Sam's not holding a phone or an iPod or anything. Oh, that's odd. All right.
What?
All right.
Oh wait, that's. Oh, like could someone have hacked her account or something?
I don't know.
Possible.
You gotta figure
They,
something
they,
out.
they have a lot of those going around now. Facebook's
Me
getting
too, Peter.
hacked.
Me too. All right.
A lot of people I know have like hacked Snapchat.
Bobby Donahue, my friend Bobby Donahue says Dom is awesome. All right.
Thank you.
All right, so we're running late. Well, we started late, but all right, here we go. We're going to do some Star Wars trivia.
Okay.
How many Jedi are on the Jedi Council? Neither one of them know the answer.
Wait. I
Whoa.
remember. That was from the first. Right? Oh wait, so I know Yoda was on it.
I'd say 10.
The Sam Jackson or whatever his name was.
Mace Windu.
Mace Windu. Yeah, he was on it. There was the dude with the really long neck.
Yes, I remember that with the cone head, right? With the
Yeah.
beard, with the goatee.
Yeah,
the
that's
the
another
kind of
guy.
beard that Tony has.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so we got 4 people so
So
far.
we got
You're
the-
close, Anthony.
There's definitely more than.
No,
More.
Chris, it's more.
There were the guys with the two like tails growing out of his ears. I
All right, you're
think.
putting me to sleep. The answer's 12.
Okay.
Where was
Close.
Anakin Skywalker born?
Tatooine.
Tatooine. A point for
Wait,
Zach.
wait, no,
No,
that's
that's
not-
correct. That's correct.
No, because in Star Wars Episode
It's-
3.
It says Tatooine. Shut up.
Well, that's wrong.
Who cares?
No, that's actually wrong. Go back and watch Star Wars Episode 3. He's born on a spaceship, not Tatooine. I'm right.
Ah, all right, good.
I'm right.
What was Han Solo frozen in?
Carbonite.
Yeah,
Very
Carbonite.
good.
I was gonna say that.
All right, so it's a tie score. Ooh.
Really?
Ooh. Drum roll.
See the-
This is hard. You can see the answer.
I'm
What
not trying
kind of
not to.
droid was R2D2? That's a hard question, right?
Oh shoot.
I actually he's a. I want to say protocol droid, but I don't know if that's right.
That is incorrect. He is a Coruscant.
I would have never got that.
Me neither.
No, I'm sorry. No, that's not the answer. It's Astromech.
I wouldn't have got that either.
Me
How
neither.
many lightsabers does General Grievous use?
4.
6.
4. 4 is the correct answer.
Okay.
All right, 2-1.
Okay.
What is the one thing needed to make a Jedi lightsaber?
Jedi lightsaber crystals.
It's got a It is a crystal, but it's got a different name according to this piece of paper I have.
Saber crystal.
Is it?
No, it's something
a
else.
Crystal, and it's got colors in it. Like you have the red crystal, you have the blue crystal. You put into lightsaber.
Okay, never mind. Name the admiral that led the attack fleet during the Battle of Endor.
Endor.
Wait, the guy who led it?
The guy who led it.
Is that Han Solo?
Endor.
The Admiral. Wait,
Yeah.
Admiral Akbar. That's the guy. Right?
Oh, yeah. Wow.
He got it.
He got it. Wow, I'm shocked.
There we go.
Star Wars.
All right.
I remember that now.
On what kind of farm did Luke grow up in?
The desert farm.
Desert farm.
It says
That was
moist.
a farm.
It says moist.
Wasteland.
It says a moisture farm,
Moisture farm.
which I'm sure the comments are going to blow up on that one.
What
All
was
right.
that?
I guess because it was so like out of the middle of nowhere,
All right. Here's one that I know.
pretty much.
How did Jabba the Hutt die?
He got strangled by Leia.
Nice. Good answer. All right, so it's a tie score. Tie score. So let's see. I'm gonna one more question for the win. Name the battle in which the first Death Star was destroyed.
That had a name?
Yeah, that's what it says
A
here.
New Hope.
No. The battle. Name the battle in which the first Death Star was destroyed. Wow, people actually knew moisture. Are you guys Googling this as you're watching?
Battle that the first Death Star was. I mean,
The
it was.
battle
Some of these answers are
It was.
great.
It was in A New Hope. It was at the end of the movie.
The Battle of Alderaan? I don't know.
Oh,
But it's not.
the Battle of no.
The Battle of
Alderaan.
no.
No.
Coruscant?
Yavin?
Yavin.
Is that?
What was Yavin?
I don't know. I'm just reading the answers.
Is that like the? Was that like the Jedi base or something?
I don't know.
Or the Resistance base?
All right, so we'll try another tiebreaker. What? All right, this is going to be easy, fellas. Get ready. No, not the Battle of the Bulge.
The battle between Rocky and Creed.
What do Jawas collect?
Junk.
Yeah, they just collect.
Well, be more specific.
They collected androids.
Machine parts.
What did it? What were they?
Oh, they collected R2D2 and
R2D2,
C3PO.
like protocol
Androids.
droids.
Oh, it was. Oh, they both kind of got it, right?
I said androids a minute ago.
Did you?
Did
Did he? I didn't hear it.
We'll just
He said junk and I
just
said
do
androids.
it. I said protocol droids after junk, so
All
we're
right.
still tied on that.
So you
tie.
shake hands. It's a tie. It's
There
a
we
beautiful
go.
thing. See that?
Tiebreaker.
Good sportsmanship
I mean,
right there.
thanks.
They-
I got that.
It
There
just
we
ends on a tie. All right. What the?
Ah.
My son's so weird. All right.
Ah,
Nice job.
can't help
Nice job.
everybody. Sorry to tell you that, Tony. Can't help him.
All right.
I want to
So,
trade for some.
ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for this week. I'd like to
Thank you for joining us.
thank Jack for his little superhero stuff, and thank Dom Dibari for coming down and chatting with us and sharing his story with us and telling us about himself. And let's all encourage him to write his book. Some great encouraging comments. People love you, Dom.
Thank you.
He is the mayor, that's for sure.
Who wrote that?
What are Boba? What ate Boba Fett?
Sarlacc.
Yeah, it was the
Sarlacc
thing
pit.
in the pit.
It's the
Sarlacc
Sarlacc.
pit.
The Sarlacc pit.
There you go, the pit.
Yeah, the Sarlacc
Yeah,
pit.
the pit. You know.
Yeah, remember
Oh,
it had
pits.
it had like the beak. It had the beak. And
Yeah.
the,
This is-
but-
I
You know,
got
the
a
beak. All right, say goodbye.
Pits.
Bye.
We'll see you guys next week. We'll announce in a day or two who our guest will be next week, and hopefully we won't have so many technical difficulties, and we'll start on time. So we'll be next week is going to be 8:00. That's it, because I saw my pal Elio in England. He they're asking if this is real.
Yeah, this is real. No, I didn't glue it on. Thank you.
His father has one that comes down to here. He's trying to look like his dad.
Yeah. Minus the white though.
My friend Elio commented he's in England, so he said 8:00 would be much better for him. So that made the final decision. Next week, 8:00. Does that
8
work for you?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have my schedule yet, but let's
All
hope
right.
it does.
8:00. So we'll finish by 9. So all you people can go watch your This Is Us and hold hands and snuggle as you watch your chick. It's not a chick flick, but it's like a chick TV show. You watch that show? Are you familiar with it?
What show?
This Is Us?
No.
No. Yeah, it's a chick flick.
We're chick flicks.
We're chick flicks.
Yeah.
Uh,
The show is a chick flick.
Yay for pepper. What is it? Pepperoncini? Is that how you?
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini.
And pepperoncini, ma paisan.
Dom wins, says Bobby Donahue. Great job, says Sally. Thank you, Sally. Is that a fake beard? Chris Serrata says, great job, guys. Okay, we're out.
Wait, Samantha Walker. Yay for.
See you guys next week at
See you.
8:00. We'll announce in a couple days who our guest will be. All right, I'll turn that off for me.
Sure.
Hey,
Say
bye.
goodbye.
Nice job. All right, good night, guys. Tell your
night.
friends, spread the word, hit the likes and the hearts and all that stuff, and even comment
I'm
on the
gonna cut you
replay.
off.
He's cut me off. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Love you. Can I press finish, please? It's not working.